Okay, so to me, the sports fan, there are only 2 days, guys, in the entire sports calendar where we have no sports. So all year, you can get in on the action at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Sign up and use my promo code DCTV. Bet only $5 or more and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Hey, right now, we got soccer, or football as they call it in Europe. We got the Copa America, the Euros. We got baseball. There are sports across the board. So why not get in on the action at the DraftKings Sportsbook? Once again, go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Sign up using my promo code DCTV. Bet $5 or more and get $150 bonus bets instantly. The DraftKings Sportsbook, guys, the crown is yours, but ultimately, the crown always belongs to your boy. Another episode of Funky and the Champ. I'm fat. Jamal's like skinny fat. Right? You're skinny fat.
Take it back.
Today I chose violence.
I'm suing. Sue them. I had the mute on for the fight. Sorry, Daniel. I did mute you.
You guys are gonna be lifetime enemies because of the shit you say the moment you get a microphone in your face. Bro, you're crazy. Be honest, Luis, in the chat.
Yep, I got you.
Chad, he can't guard me, Chad. Chad, look at this, Chad. Hey, Ben, this is me on my video game because I saw the kids do it. So what the kids do is they're playing their video games, but while they're beating you in NCAA football, which is the new game out that hasn't been out since 2014, they're telling the chat that you can't play them. So you're playing like a 12-year-old that's streaming you getting beat, and the whole time they're talking to the people in their chat.
Wait, do they know it's you?
They don't know it's me. I kind of try to keep myself quiet in that regard.
I'm gonna out you. I'm gonna tweet like your handle. I don't even know what you have on a giveaway. Like a handle or something.
I don't want people knowing that it's me because they're like, Chad, this dude can't guard me. And then the reality hits me that I really can't guard them. I'm like very, very bad at the game. It's so bad.
Oh my gosh. And I know that really frustrates you a lot.
Oh my God, it frustrates me so bad. It frustrates me so bad. Because I know they're young. I know it's like a child beating on me. But Ben, back to what I was saying. Luis, get off, Luis. Now you got to get off. Hey, all this stays in the show. This is me and Ben creating something for you guys. And sometimes it gets a little crazy because Luis wants to be in the show at times. But anyhow, Ben, I'm getting my ass kicked in college football and kids are bullying me in the chat. So now I've kind of picked up on it. I hear it so much that I start saying it in my everyday life. It's crazy.
That's where you need to play like someone older, like a Chris Pendleton, who's not nearly as good at video games.
Bro,
and then you could.
Oh my God.
Him.
You know what's crazy?
What?
Chris Pendleton is here right now. And he told me, he goes, tell Ben Askren, good morning. And he goes, I said, okay. He said, I want you to tell him good morning to the best high school coach in the entire country. I go, well, that's a damn insult. So nice. He goes, why? I go, because Ben's the best coach in the entire country. You know what I'm saying, Ben? You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you flatter me. Is Chris any good at video games or no?
Dude, he thinks he's good. He's a college coach. They don't have time anymore. So, like,
you beat up on him.
Oh my God, it's so fun, dude. He gets so frustrated. I love beating people that aren't very good. And I can tell these kids love beating on me because I'm not very good. All right, Ben, we got work to do. Funny. Guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Funky and the Champ. I'm Daniel Cormier. That's Ben Askren. Funky Ben, what's been going on, man? Hey, your summer of doom seems to be coming to an end while mine is still rolling. Your boy's tired, man. I'm tired.
Man, you gotta. I am gonna take notes and schedule better next summer because I was traveling too much, worked a little too much. But my next handful of weeks are pretty easy, so I'm just out there cutting stuff on the disc golf course, having a good time, and talking to you.
I saw you with your shirt off the other day. I was like, "Yo, you have a 6-pack?
Yeah. When did you get a 6-pack?" I stopped eating dessert. I told you that.
That is the craziest thing that you look like that. I don't think you look like that in college. This dude looks ripped. I was like, holy smokes. Look at Ben Askren. Luis, you will now take a picture of Ben in his practice room the other day and put it as a billboard.
It's fun. I love it when the college kids come back. Well, the college kids plus older kids come back and work out. It's great.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ben. Well, we got to get to the show, but Michael-Chandler and Conor McGregor are going
Not
at
this
it
again. Not this
I know.
again.
Listen. I know, and you're tired of it. But listen, you can be tired of it, and I'm tired of it too. But then when we get the call and they say, "Well, what about this?" and I go, "Well, we're done. We've done this." But then they start to add the layers, right? Now you got Sturgis involved.
What
now
are you doing at Sturgis? Why is
involved.
Conor McGregor at Sturgis? For the love of God!
What? Now you got Sturgis involved. Now you got Donald Trump getting attacked.
Oh my God.
Now you got him deciding to fight Max Holloway. Dude, this never-ending saga, it never stops. It is like the show that you watch on TV that just keeps giving and giving.
Oh my God. It
giving.
won't stop. It really won't stop.
I'm
going to give Chandler a new idea. I'm going to give him a new idea because he has been so good. The UFC would totally do this. Chandler should say, just give me someone who sucks. Like, not a good guy. Maybe not even UFC guy. Go find me someone else. And he just start, boom, knocking dudes out. Like Mike Tyson back in the day. Just give him a bum. Let him knock the bum out. He calls out Conor McGregor. Next month, give him another bum. Boom, another knockout. Calls out Conor McGregor. And he just gets to keep staying active, beating up bums while he waits for McGregor because we don't know how long this is going to last.
Dude, but so my thing is this, right? Yeah. I'm watching this whole saga unfold, and I watch Michael-Chandler do something that I am so happy that he finally did. He goes,
"What?
You know what, guys? You're right. I should have did this a while ago. He is done. I'm not worried about him anymore. I'm moving on." Yeah. He should have done this a long time ago, and he did it in a clever way, saying he's in the first stage of 7 in terms of grief with his career being over. That was pretty good. Look, Michael-Chandler was pretty cool when he said that. I liked it. Anyhow, he just said, I'm moving on. I'm done. Yes. I like that. I actually liked it.
I like it too. Can I ask you, though, since he's your buddy, why does Conor, I mean, I know he got beat up.
Conor's my buddy.
Let it go. No. Khabib. Why does he hate Khabib so much? I mean, Donald Trump just goes off the cuff and says Khabib's his favorite fighter, which is hilarious. You know, if you said, does Donald Trump know who Khabib is? I was like, probably not, maybe, but probably not. You know.
But then when you find out that Khabib is Donald Trump's favorite fighter ever, were you surprised?
Yeah, yes, that definitely surprised me. Because I didn't expect, because Trump is a boxing guy, doesn't really understand the grappling stuff. You know, Khabib was very grappling heavy. I figured it would be, honestly, like a Conor McGregor, a showy flashman that has some fancy knockouts where, you know, maybe Trump does, but maybe he sits down and watches all these UFCs.
Conor off.
It set him off. What?
Why?
I mean, I don't know. That's why does he hate Khabib so much? Like, I know you got your ass beat, Conor, but let it go. And so, like, I mean, for God's sakes, like, there's only so much you can hate someone. Like,
no, he does. He just despises him.
Hates
you know what's crazy? Do you think so?
He said Trump was going to lose the election because of it.
He said that.
Yes. Love the tweet, Louise. Well, yes, he did. I'm going to go find the tweet right now.
Dude, he did not say.
Absolutely. He said something like, the election is going to be very close, and now this is going to lose him the election. I'm going to go find it for you.
You're so crazy,
Don't let this happen, bro.
Bro,
he did that thing where he got hammered. He must have been on something. He deleted all of them. I can't find any of them.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think it would serve? I believe that if Khabib said, I'm fighting today, Conor would go, I'd fight him. There would be no holdback of him fighting Khabib again because of that disdain for him, that dislike for him. Why can't he develop that for Michael, the guy that he's supposed to fight?
I have no idea. I'm so disappointed. I wanted to read this tweet to you, and Conor deleted them. And I'm really heartbroken right now.
No, you're lying, Ben. Look,
hold on. I think Louise got it.
Louise just sent it.
Hold on.
There's no deleting tweets.
There's no deleting tweets. Okay, hold on. I'm almost there. Let's see. This is one of them. I was actually wrong. Couple hundred million. He is not. He is worth. So now he's talking about Donald Trump's worth, not multi-B. I would have thought USA only would be the mentality here, and what I would want to see out of my president personally to pick a retired inbred fighter from decades in Russia who has 3 main events only to his name is astounding. Over all the American fighters that have backed him, it's a shocking decision. He was caught on the spot. That won't go unnoticed on the roster. This presidential race is very tight right now. More so now.
Are you kidding me? Come on, man. That's
so hilarious.
I mean, I don't even know how to respond to that. That's a little bit. That would seem to be reaching.
Conor is so petty. Conor's so petty. He might fly to America that day and vote the other way just because he's petty. And they're going to allow that. They're not checking IDs. They're like, wait, aren't you Conor McGregor? Aren't you Irish? They're like, nah, he just looks like me. And they're just going to let him vote. He's going to vote for Kamala. He's going to like, damn, Donald Trump said he liked Khabib. Kamala, check.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You're so stupid. You don't believe that. You don't believe that. So what is – so, hey, Ben, so maybe we've been missing it. Maybe all Mike has to do is Mike actually knows Donald Trump, I think. I think he's met him. I think I've seen him meeting Trump. Maybe he should have did something like that.
Right. I think you're right.
I don't know what he has to do to get this guy to fight him, but how in the world are we still talking about this? There's still no date.
No. I got another one for you. You ready for another tweet?
No, bro, please stop.
Come on.
It just sounds like you're picking on
campaign. This is his tweet. He deleted them. Okay. Campaign ending decision. Period.
No,
smelly, fat, mounted monkey from the inbred mountains of Dagestan is your favorite UFC in an American company in parentheses fighter. Wow, abysmal.
He hates, but he just hates Khabib.
He hates him. So bad.
Hey, last weekend. Hey, let me ask you this. Last weekend, Khabib, Tony Ferguson retired. You remember how bad it was between Khabib and Tony Ferguson?
Oh yeah.
But then afterwards, Khabib said, "I wish him the best in retirement. His life is just starting now, and all this." Can we see this with Conor and Khabib too at the end of Conor's career?
Yeah, that's what healthy people do. Healthy people let it go. You just let it go. Whatever happens.
You think those guys will? Khabib and Conor?
Conor, no. I mean, Khabib. I don't know Khabib. He's your buddy, so you tell me.
Oh, no, they are not letting it go, bro. It's deep rooted, but it's deep rooted on both sides.
Khabib
honestly.
Still hates him.
He doesn't like this guy, bro. Oh. They don't like each other. This is crazy. It's like it really is. It's deep. It's very deep. But I think the closest thing you would get to resolution in that is, again, Conor beating Mike and then earning a championship fight against Islam Makhachev, right? Then Khabib could probably try to find some comfort in that, and Conor could try to actually find redemption in trying to beat the guy that became the guy, right? So there's like stories there. I don't know that it happens because Michael Chandler can't seem to get a date. Yeah. But again, I know Ben and I go off on a tangent at times, guys, and we just talk because we haven't talked to each other in a couple of weeks. I've been traveling, but I just love that Mike is saying, to hell with this, man. I'm done. I cannot keep living my career waiting for this guy that doesn't seem to want to engage with me inside of an octagon. He doesn't want to do a sanctioned fight with him. But man, Sturgis and dude, what is he doing at a place where the largest motorcycle rally?
Honestly, that's kind of. I mean, he must have a security team because like showing up being that well known with. I mean, there's probably a lot of dudes that got shanks and
Sturgis seems like a party that gets a little bit out of control, and they look like they have some sketchy Let's just say some sketchy characters.
Definitely some sketchy characters.
Oh, that Sturgis riding motorcycles. So yeah, Conor goes out there. There's not much more in the world than like that is more intimidating than like a group of guys on motorcycles. Why is that like? Why have we been taught to be like so weary of people? Kane and I used to ride our motorcycles all the time. And we go to like restaurants.
You did? I didn't know you rode a motorcycle.
Dude, me and Kane would ride our motorcycles all the time.
Someone put a picture up of Daniel riding a motorcycle.
Bro, I was like I was all into it.
Did you have leather?
I had a vest. I would not wear the jacket, but I would wear the vest. And I got a video of me actually learning on Kane's bike and I burned my leg against the damn pipe because I had on shorts. You're not supposed to wear shorts. I didn't know.
Oh man.
Anyhow, but bro, we would like pull up to like restaurants or random places we'd be riding. And there'd be like a whole bunch of people riding motorcycles because we'd go to this place called Phil's Fish Market. And you kind of like, just kind of we're on motorcycles. They're on motorcycles. My whole life I've been taught that there's motorcycle gangs. But then you're like kind of like,
well, I think there actually are motorcycle gangs.
There are, but like only place I saw them was on TV. So on TV, it's all like bad.
Yeah.
But then we walk up and they're always like, "Yo, DC and Cain Velasquez."
Well,
and it's like the coolest thing. Motorcycle gangs. Motorcycle gangs would be like, "What? DC and Cain Velasquez?" I swear to God, it was like the coolest thing. It was like,
God, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
I would if I saw Cain on a motorcycle, I'd be a little nervous, you know. He looks intimidating. If I saw you, I thought you just, old guy out for a ride, want to give me a hug or something.
Yeah. Where did this guy get a fucking motorcycle at? Like, what's going on here? The problem is it kind of made my back hurt because it's sitting down kind of like
you know what? I've never rode a motorcycle. I have rode a dirt bike twice, crashed it both times. They are not for me. But the ones where, Daniel, the ones where the arms are way up here, I feel like my shoulders would go to sleep in like 15 minutes. Your shoulders go to sleep. How do you do that?
The one that my motorcycle is so big, it feels like I'm driving a car. It doesn't even feel like dangerous. Yeah, it's awesome. All right, Ben. So, hey, 2 weeks ago, I know it's been a while, but, look at this. Look what I got. I needed a new pop socket. So this is my pop socket.
I thought you were going to tell me about, I thought you were showing me a motorcycle picture.
But anyway, I do have motorcycle pictures. I'll send it to you. But anyhow, 2 weeks ago, Tom Aspinall won, called out John Jones. Then I thought he kind of missed the opportunity to like really hammer it home because he was kind of nice in his call out. But then he doubles down and goes back and goes, "I'm not doing anything but a true UFC championship fight." John just continues to kind of ignore it. He should, right? Tom Aspinall should stand firm on, "I want to be the champion. I'm not doing nothing else."
Yeah, you know what? I almost feel like maybe John's got some dirt on Dana or something, because Dana generally would not put up with this type of behavior. He would say, and this is what the UFC's been founded on, where boxing was, and is, we want the best guys to fight. We want to see who the actual best guy is. We don't want to, waste time with shenanigans. We don't want, to pad records to go to 40-0. We don't do that. That's what boxing does. In the UFC, we put the best guys in there and we see who wins. And so the fact that John is being, I don't know, allowed is the right term, but that Dana is playing along and letting him and Stipe fight. When Stipe is going to be close to 4 years by the time they ever fight.
No. Stipe will be 42 years old.
No, I'm sorry. 4 years since he's had a fight.
4 years. Yes, 4 years.
Yes.
He'll be 42 years old.
And you have this young interim champion who he's a beast. I mean, he smashes people. And the fact they won't put them in there together. And then there's this obvious, I would say good, maybe not quite guaranteed, but that John beats Stipe and then says, "I'm done. It's so, I'm gone." And then you never get to see that.
Hey, Ben, you know what's so, and I love the way you said that about Tom Aspinall. You go, he's a beast. It was almost like reality came like, this dude is really good. I always thought he was good. But then I didn't think he was like as good as he is, because Michael Bisping was telling me he's the greatest thing in the world. And I was like, Mike, come on, dude. This is crazy. You're talking crazy. I was like, you can't be that strongly in one opinion, because if it goes wrong, then you're screwed. But then it turns out he is that good. You know what little Daniel told me the other day? I'm in England, and Dan goes, "Dad, I go downstairs to eat. I try to eat really fast because I want to watch Tom Aspinall fight." He goes, "By the time I got done, Curtis Blades is in the octagon on his knees crying." He was like, "What did I miss?" I said, "Dude, the entire fight, like, it literally takes him no time to beat the best heavyweights in the world." It's crazy watching how good he is.
Yes. And that's one of those things where, it's funny because he's a champion now, but you would say, I would like to see him have a tough fight that goes 5 rounds, because I want to say he's finished. Let me look.
Everybody. No, everybody.
No one's went to the third round with him.
What? They haven't.
No.
They can't extend them. They can't extend them into the longer rounds.
Dude, it's crazy. Curtis Blades a minute, Pavlovich a minute 9, Tybura a minute 13. He had the injury against Blades. Volkov 345, Spivak 230. Like these guys, he's putting people away right away.
Yeah.
So I mean, part of me says I'd like to see him fight the full fight.
Well, you want to.
Got to make him fight the full fight, which
they can't extend him. You want him to fight long fights, but and he's getting more confident. So he's approaching them like they don't really have a chance against him, which again is why I want to see him fight John.
Yeah.
But
so Dana should make this happen. That's why it's like why Dana almost always presses these issues with the best guys. It's pretty rare where he has it. Like I say, Sean and Marab, like he's making that happen. Now he let Sean fight Cheeto. That was one fight. But now that Sean and Rob are fighting.
But has John ever gotten his fight where he just goes, I'll fight this guy because that's who I want to fight? Otherwise, he generally just fights anybody. Jones has never been a guy to pick his opponents. So maybe that's why he's getting that. And Stipe also, right? Stipe was a guy, champion, long reigning. If there are any two people in mixed martial arts that deserve the opportunity, Ben, to say, I want this one, I have to have this one, it would be these guys, right?
You make a compelling case. I'm going. Jones' early record is like outstanding. Obviously, since then he's fought here and there. I guess he's probably said anyone. You look at his early resume versus later resume. The Anthony Smith, Thiago Santos, Dom Reyes. They're not legends like like he had earlier in his career. When he was going through, it was, Vitor, Rashad, Lyoto, Quinton, Shogun Hua. That was like a stretch where it was like, oh my God.
Dude, he's fighting everybody. He fought
legend after legend after legend.
And then he fought Gustafson.
Yes.
He fought everybody. It's like he fought everybody. And honestly, Ben, back then he was pretty active. Like he was, if he wasn't in trouble and having to sit out, he was fighting. He fought Ovett. When I got heard, he fought Ovett St. Preux, who at the time was fighting at a really high level. Yep. Dominic Reyes, when he fought him, was fighting at a really high level. And so was Anthony Smith.
Yep.
All those guys that had very little name recognition were fighting at a high level, and he fought them. So maybe it is because of that inventory, right? All that work and all that stuff he's put in the bank, he can go, I need this one. This is the one I need, especially knowing that this guy is tough.
Yeah, the other one in here the other thing to throw in here that's really fascinating is Dana does seem to love John in the essence of that new rule came out where you throw the 12-6 elbow, which you should have always been able to do. Stupid, right?
I don't like that.
Why?
I don't like 12-6 elbow, and I don't like soccer kicks. I do not want to see soccer kicks.
I fought under soccer kick rules in Asia with one championship. Soccer kicks are stupid because pretty much the only time you can land them is when the fighter, it's pretty much already over, right?
It's already done.
It's already done. Now, knees to the ground ahead of a grounded opponent, that's actually useful in, like, say, a headlock or other positions where your arms are tied up and you can knee them. Soccer kicks, I agree with you. But why don't you like the 12-6 grounded elbow?
Because I don't want, so here's my thought, right, Ben?
Okay.
Because, so there's a little bit of a difference, right? So when I was fighting Rumble Johnson, you can't do this, like just straight down.
Yes.
But if you do a little bit of an arch, it's okay.
Or
which is
an angle a little bit, yeah.
Angle and arch. So I was able to cut Rumble with an arching elbow, but it really did come straight down. It was very little in terms of not being straight up and down. I just don't want anything that makes fighting look like a street fight. That's it. I don't want to be able to
fight people in a cage in our underwear. No.
I'm talking about so one of the reasons John McCain, before he passed, was against fighting because he said it's human cockfighting. But then they would show these videos of like gang fights and people running around and people on the ground and they would just kick them in the face. You know how that happens.
Yeah.
If we get the soccer kicks, it starts to look like that again. Okay. That's not good, man.
But wait, the gang members know the 12-6 elbow is that like a special motorcycle gang?
Instead of like this and everything kind of looks clean. I'm telling you, bro. These are my reasons. I don't like the 12-6 elbow. I don't feel as strongly about.
Ever.
I don't care as much about 12-6 elbows. But I
Okay.
think the moment we start opening those rules
Soccer kicks,
again,
I agree. Thumbs down.
then it's going to be more and more and more. And then ultimately we'll get back to soccer kicks.
Well,
Because
I
now
actually like
you do know that now, hands down, starting in November, is not
that's
grounded
great.
anymore.
That's perfect.
It is perfect. But again, that's one
Adds
move
clarity.
back
That
towards
one adds
that.
clarity. So they got to put a knee down.
Then there'll be something else that moves closer to that. And then that's just
You
my
should
biggest
get the
worry.
knee the downed opponent. I listen, like a headlock position, chest wrap position, maybe you're controlling a side control. There's a lot of really, it makes the fight actually work better because there's positions where you can hold them with your hands and knee them, and then they're forced to actually move, and then a choke opens up or something else opens up because you're allowed to knee them. Whereas, like, there's been a few fights in the UFC where I have them for headlock, and not me specifically, but other people, and you can't do anything because you can't strike them because your hands are
And their
busy.
hands down. Their hands down.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So then you
I,
see them
I
starting
like
to try
that.
to lift. They're trying to lift a person's hands off the mat. And when you're trying to lift them off the mat, now you can't generate the power you need to try to knee the person. So
Hey,
yeah, I
you
get
got
it.
me totally distracted. What I was going to say with the 12-6 elbow was Dana White is trying to get the loss removed from John's record to make him undefeated
Really.
again.
Yo,
And he backed that up.
what is going on with Dana and John lately?
That's what I'm saying.
But like, what's happening lately though?
I don't know. Maybe
Because
they like
he's
each other a
he's
lot.
been very adamant about him being pound for pound number one. Like
Yeah. Oh,
he is
yeah.
going
That's another
crazy with
one.
every time somebody says that John isn't pound for pound, he goes to his defense. I've never seen him defend him like that before in his entire career. It's not
You're
like John
right.
just got here. John's been here for like 15 years. I don't think I've
Forever.
ever seen him that strongly in his corner on anything. And
Yeah.
guys, here's the deal. If there's ever a time where you could say that John Jones isn't the pound for pound number one fighter in the world, it's right now because he's so inactive.
He doesn't
Not
really fight
because
all
of
that
his
much.
skills, not because of his skills, because,
Yeah.
and partly, can I honestly, this is another thing, Ben. We really don't know what his skills are because the last time we saw him fight in a true fight was in 2020.
Yeah.
I think, right? 20 was when he fought Dominic Reyes.
February 2020 was Dom Reyes. And,
And then
if
he
you want
fought
to make an
Cyril Gahn in
argument,
23.
yes, and you want to make an argument against him also, he wasn't nearly as impressive in the Anthony Smith, Thiago Santos. That was a split decision.
Dominic Reyes, they weren't great fights.
They weren't as impressive as he had been
Prior.
to that. And so, then you're going back to, it was 2018 against Gustafsson when he put him out. I mean, we're getting close to 6 years away now.
Yeah, so and as with most things, right? It
Yes.
deteriorates with time. But we don't know who John is today in a long fight like he was before. Now, he does use the Gahn fight. Then he uses the Gahn fight as the example, saying, well, he went up to heavyweight and he beat the most dangerous guy. But I mean, I thought Cyril would have fought him better, if I'm being honest. I thought that would have been a much more competitive fight. I was surprised that it ended in the way that it did. So that was impressive. But again, we don't really have much, because what we do know, right? We do know that Islam Makhachev is really, really good. We do know that Bilal Muhammad is really, really good and getting better because we see these guys competing on a consistent basis.
Who else did they put above him in the rank?
It's Gustafsson, it's Islam, and it's
man, who?
Is it Pereira maybe?
I'm going to is it Pereira? Oh, that's interesting.
Now that gets interesting, right?
Pound for pound rankings.
I don't know that I'd put Pereira ahead of him.
Pereira. I don't think so either. But,
I don't think I'd put Pereira in front of John in terms of pound for pound. That's not
Islam, Pereira, Jones, Topuria, Muhammad.
I don't know that I would put Pereira in front of him, but again, we do have things to judge what Pereira is doing today in terms of building a case for him being in the pound for pound rankings like that. It's crazy, but I don't know why John's not fighting him. I don't understand why he's not doing it. I will not say he's afraid of him. I keep telling everybody he's not afraid of him, but some people actually think that he's just a little like, I don't want to do this with him.
I think he's afraid. I think what John really desires to do is go out with a 0 on his record, it appears, and he has a higher chance to lose to Tom than he does to Stipe. And it's like, no one's ever going to say, I mean, it would be so idiotic for someone to ever say, oh, John fought an easy resume. Now, John's resume is It's second to none.
It's
There's
crazy.
probably no one who has as good of a resume as John Jones in the UFC. And so if he gets his last win, whether it's an easy guy or a hard guy, he still has a great resume, and he goes out undefeated. And it's him and Khabib.
Yeah. But there's one thing also that I gotta say, Ben, before we go, is that he fought everybody, he beat everybody, and he's always stepped up. And honestly, he has seen this before, right? If there's ever been a time that you can look at a champion that goes, I don't really want to go back into this, especially at 38 now, right? He's almost 38 years old. When you've seen it, because it was initially when I got to the UFC and I was smashing everybody. Oh, Daniel might be the guy to beat John Jones, right? Gustafson, he might beat everything. He's seen these challengers come before, had to get excited, and maybe he knows, Ben, what he would have to do in order to beat this guy, because he can beat him. But in order to beat all of us, he had to train exceedingly hard, and he had to be really committed. And maybe at this age, he just doesn't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very, very, very fair take, obviously. But I still want to see it, so you're not convincing me.
Hey, Ben, do you want to train for the Olympics again? Do you remember how hard you trained for the Olympics?
I want to wrestle somebody.
I know we're trying
not
to
a whole
set you up.
tournament though, not a whole tournament, just one person.
But think about that, right? Like, think about that, Ben. At our age, if I said, Ben, I need you to train exactly as hard as you did for the Olympics for a match, you'd be like,
that's where it's saying. I mean, I agree with what you're saying here, but that's where it's like, well, either you're an active fighter or you're not. If you're an active fighter, then fight, and if you're not like Conor, not an active fighter. So don't be an active fighter. Don't say you're gonna fight someone. You're not, bro. You haven't showed up in how many years? Like, come on.
You're so stupid.
Well, that's where we started, and that's where we finished. Conor McGregor.
And I
believe it was a little person dancing on him in the bar.
Hey, what?
You didn't see that video? Stop, Daniel. You got to get on the internet a little bit.
What video?
Luis, put it in the chat real quick so Daniel could die laughing. I can't quite tell for sure from the video. It must be taken on a cell phone. Luis, put it in the chat right now.
As the world turns, so does every show. It just goes back to Conor and Michael-Chandler. You can't even get through the show.
Ilya and Max, that would have been fun. I want to talk about Bilal. Bilal looked amazing. That was really great. And then Sean and Marab. There's so many things going on now.
That's what we'll do next week. Guys.
Wait, hold on. New message in the chat.
He said he's striking out. He's striking out. He can't find the video. Hey, Conor deleted it. Guys, that's another episode of Funky and the Champ. For Ben Askren, I'm Daniel Cormier. And for Luis can't even find the video. Come on, Luis. Till next time. Peace.